the 1,000 pesos black gold omelet in the Philippines.
Delikado ma'am na si barakon ma'am. Tinargreg. Kahit nagadunga sugat ko ma'am, hindi. Ang gamit kasi talaga sinasabi nila sir, lalo na sa abroad, black gold ang gamit. Mahal at mahirap kunin po yun sir.
Dadapay na tayo ko na.
Oh, dapat juwangan na tayo. Juwangan na tayo nga nag-aalaman. Gusto nga narigat ti, ag-aalaman ti. Lalong no na malakas ng alaw.
The best things in life are often the hardest ones to get. This takes on a whole new meaning with Gamet. Gamet is a local species of seaweed found in the northernmost regions of Luzon, particularly in Ilocos Norte and Cagayan. As the winds and waves crash aggressively against the shore, it causes the purple-blackish seaweed to grow in rocks along the coast. Gamet usually thrives during November to March when the Northwest Monsoon season, or Amihan, brings harsh winds and strong rain in the north, creating an ideal petri dish environment for the seaweed to cultivate. Since Gamet commands a high price in the market, 1 square foot size sells for as much as 1,000 pesos or $18 US, Gamet pickers walk the thin line between life and death just to harvest some of this coveted black gold. In the farthest, sharpest rocks on the beach, the treasure lies. And that's where Tatay Erwan intends to go today.
Ako po si Armando Pante, 69 years old, taga Barangay Pagali, Burgos, Ilocos Norte po. Ang trabaho ko po ay fisherman. Mga 50 years na po akong kumukuha ng gamit ngayon mula nung pagkabata po ako. Mga magagulang ko po, dinadala ako sa dagat, tapos tinuturoan akong kumuha ng gamit. Malaki kasi ang maitutulong ng gamit po sa amin, sa mga pamilya namin, dahil mahal po ang gamit. Yung isang piraso po, pag umpisa ng gamit, 800 pesos po yung isang piraso. Isang pilang po yun. Mahirap po ang manguha ng gamit dahil kung malalakas ang alon, hindi po kami kumukuha. Pag humupa po ang hangin, doon kami kumuha ng gamit. Yung gamit po, pag umulan, yun, unti-unting umusbong yung tubo ng gamit sa batuhan. Umulan ng 1 linggo, yun, tutubo na po yung gamit. Mahalaga ang gamit sa amin, sir, dahil malaki ang maitutulong sa pamilya namin. Pero ngayon po, wala ang gamit nung November dahil walang ulan. Malaki talaga. Hindi talaga ako makakuha ng gamit.
The weather has let Tatay Erwan down today. Not only was there not enough rain for the seaweed to grow in the past few days, the winds were too rough to pick what little gamet could be gathered from the rocks. We waited almost a year for this, yet we failed to find gamet in Burgos. But we were not ready to give up. So we headed to the town of Pagudpud to see if there were any Gamet pickers gambling on their chances just as much as we did. Luckily, we found Ruben in Sitio Banyaran, who was just getting ready for another battle at sea.
Awan ma'am, saklat tati ko ma'am nang napanagal ala ma'am ke sakripisyo mo ti bagbagay kunarigat ma'am ti agala. Dai puspus tam ti biag mo ma'am. Isumot ti pangalalam iti pagbiag mi ma'am. Isumot ti pangalak ti dakdakkel na pangkuak ti pamilyak ma'am. Iso nga nanginamot ngamin ma'am. Ti gamot.
O kung pwede ma'am, araw-araw pumunta kung pwede sa dagat.
At tureda ka na ko at isumot la ti pangalak ti ka. Uray na pigsa ka tinaklat ta. Isot nam na mga kapangalan ti agserbi ka na tayo.
Sinabi niya sa akin, ma'am, kung umuwi na, sinabi niya sa akin na may delikadong, may nasugatan, ganyan, yung mga kasama niya. Kung nandito ako, may kaba ako sa kanila.
The demand for Gamet still exists even when the conditions don't necessarily cooperate, but harvesters like Ruben have to make do with what's available. This particular Gamet produced from a quote-unquote bad spell, since there wasn't enough rain to help seaweed grow abundantly. Harvesters combined Gamet with a type of seaweed called kulot as an alternative, some green mixed in with the purple.
Yung ibibenta ko ng mga tourist, ganyan, 200. Kung kumakain ka ng gamit, ma'am, may tulong sa sustansya, ganyan. At saka yung mga healthy.
Marilu, Ruben's wife, makes tortang gamet, a seaweed omelet. She tears the dried gamet into pieces and adds them to a beaten egg that's been seasoned with salt. The mixture coagulates as Nanay continues to whisk it with a fork. She then cooks it as you would a regular omelet, fried in a pan with some oil. The process is simple, but the ingredients make all the difference.
It's important that everyone who's watching understands the flavor. So we have the fresh one here, and the amount of effort it took to get this is impressive. I was behind Tatay with my camera and I was struggling and he was just championing through. The flavor, it tastes like the sea, but it's so clean. I can imagine this with tomatoes, raw onions, some really nice dark vinegar. It'd be absolutely beautiful, just as a salad. But Nanay made us an amazing omelet which stuck together using the dried gamet, which was used just in its dried form, chopped up, added to the egg, all that somehow, I guess the egg rehydrated the algae, kept everything together. So once it hit the pan, it kind of expanded and it kept its shape, which is really cool. So she was able to flip it with just one hand in like a deftly maneuver, which I really love. Perfectly fried. My goodness. Sarap, Nai. The texture is amazing. That little bit of rice. Seriously, tortang talong, take a back seat. It's all about tortang gamet. That is so good. And you have this, which reminds me of kind of like the Korean pregnancy soup that they do with algae. Japanese wakame soups. We have our own versions. We just need to go out and find them.
Yung mga anak ko po, tinuruan ko sila nung elementary na sila, dinadala ko sa dagat, tapos sasabihin ko na manguha ng gamit dahil ang gamit mahalaga para sa amin dito sa Barangay Pagali.
So, matula ti pangalakan ako ti agserbi ka tayo. No, ada chimpo na pinaggamot, ma'am. Agdamot dito panagawan na, ma'am. December lang aming ti kaadda na. So nga ano kaado na, ma'am. Naklatagalaw, ray pamigsa, karkarigatak, ma'am, ka.
Matagal sir, hanggat buhay ako, kukuha ako ng gamit sir. Basta kaya ko.
Yes, Gamet owes its richness to the sea, but even more so to the resilience and resourcefulness of people like Tatay Erwan and Ruben, who braved the shores to give their families a taste of the good life. May we remember that each time we get to enjoy heirloom delicacies such as this.